and it would help to unmute. Hey, hey, welcome to Grace and Fire. I don't know that I necessarily like this virtual background thing. Kind of makes you look kind of weird, but I wanted to share this beautiful photo of Indiana. Isn't that gorgeous? This is on top of a hill where there's like a fire thing that you can climb up, like a fire tower, and it's real close to that. The fire tower is real close to that, and I thought, oh, that'd be really cool to have as a virtual background. I just don't like how it like makes me look like I'm glowing, like hi. So I think what we're gonna do. Hang on. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn it off because it's gonna drive me crazy. So there we go. Now, anyhow, well, welcome to everybody um for joining me tonight. Thank you to everybody. I took last week off. Some of you guys may or may not know, but we welcomed a new family member into our family, and mama and baby are doing good. And so I was on grandma duty taking care of the little one, and yeah, everybody is good to go, but we had so much fun last week. Our little town had a trailer treat for all of the kids. It wasn't spooky or anything. It was just something fun that the city does. And we got to take our little one out trick or treating while mama and baby and daddy were just soaking in the new little baby. And yeah, so it's just been so nice. I believe in taking pause and putting your family first when it's the time is needed, and that's exactly what I did. So thank you to everybody for giving me grace for taking last week off. I missed each and every single one of you guys, and yes, I thought about you, believe it or not, even with all the excitement of having a toddler running everywhere. But we had a blast. It's just, I don't know, being a grandparent's like one of the best things ever. So anyhow, so that's the reason that I wasn't here last week. Well, I'm going to see who's in the house, and Restream is not going to let me post it, but I know the beautiful Rebecca Touched by Yarn was first in when she said hello to everybody. So Rebecca was first, and she said, I'm first. So she is first. Then the next one in is Scott, the world's best sister. Oh, thank you so much, Scott. You know how much I love you. And Sir Grace is trying to get me to move out. I was telling mom about this today. And yeah, he completely read Scott's message wrong. And Scott was inviting me to go live with him on Thursday, and Sir Grace read it, and instead of reading it that it was alive, he said live. So he's like, whoa, what is that doing? Let's turn that off. That's gonna drive me crazy too. So anyhow, yeah, so I shot Scott a message, and I said, well, Sir Grace is trying to get me out of the house. I think I've probably annoyed him and all the things, and he said, he couldn't handle a fourth one. He had 3 women at home, so couldn't handle a fourth, and I'm over here sending him the Jeffersons, moving on up. So anyhow, Sir Grace is trying to get rid of me, but that's okay. It is what it is. Let's see here. Scott, I guess I'm chump change. Oh, no, you're not, Rebecca. You're not chump change. In fact, if he picked on you a little bit, you know you're pretty special, just saying. But you can still come live with us. We love you guys. But oh my gosh, Sir Grace isn't getting off that easy. I know he was trying to get rid of me, and that is an actual true story. Um, let's see here. No, not at all. I figured you threw me in the ditch. Oh, see, I told you, Rebecca, if he starts picking on you, he thinks the world of you. So you are in good standing with Scott. Oh, my mama's in. Hey, everyone, sit back, relax. Oh, actually, that was me. Hi, have a drink. Yep, we'll start seeing that was me. So let's see here. Hello, my favorite Rebecca. Aw. Um, yeah, I don't know. If he says he's throwing you in the ditch, you may have to get in the ditch with him and maybe like throw mud at him, Just saying. Just saying. Oh, yeah. See, can I lay down instead of sit? Yeah, you can. You can totally lay down. Some people pay a lot of money for mud baths, Scott. So, if you got into a ditch and it's muddy, you could totally get a new facial and clean out the pores and get, exfoliate and look like a baby. So, yeah, lay down in the mud. Go right ahead. All good. Oh, I'm playing with you, Rebecca. Oh, yeah. See, I told you if he's teasing you, you're loved. And so I am, Scott. I'm just having fun. Oh, good. I'm glad everybody's having fun. Do you remember that I didn't have a sense of humor? Oh, Rebecca not have a sense of humor? I find that hard to believe. I think she's got a really good sense of humor. Let's see here. Absolutely. I used your blanket last night and I only fought Hank 15 minutes before he pulls it on himself. I kept it on the back of my recliner. Oh, I saw that. Yes. Yes. I know that blanket's being well loved. And I think the dog is trying to take it. Sir Grace's Puppers has a quilt that he likes. So I get it. When it's a homemade item, these dogs know. They know when something has been made in love. I'm just saying. I always joked with you, LOL. Oh, there's Troy. Hey, Troy, I'm so glad you're here. You are loved too. I'm sending back some back at you. If my, I don't know. Oh, it's not doing it. Well, goodness. Let's see here, but just know you're loved. You okay, Rebecca, with the government? Oh, asking, yeah. I think that last minute some things worked itself out in the United States. I caught a little bit of it, but we still have a lot of people who aren't getting paid in the United States, and a lot of people are struggling. So keep them in prayers. And if you can help somebody who's been furloughed, um, definitely. I mean, everybody needs help. So, and I'm not going into who's right, who's wrong political. That's subjective. But at the end of the day, there are people that are hurting. So that's not cool. Oh, saying hi. Troy, yeah, you weren't in the live last night. Troy, we missed you. Where have you been? Where have you been? I'm, let's see here. I am going to just be fine, brother. I have plenty of food here. Oh, good. I'm so glad. I know I saw where I follow a lot of different couponers because I love extreme couponing and I've learned some techniques with it. And there was one, her name is Torok, Torok. That's actually her first name. And she was making up 3 blessing boxes for 3 families in her community. And I tell you, that just blessed me out of my socks. I mean, just seriously to know that, in such a time of turmoil and time of trouble, there are still good people out there. And what a blessing to see that. So she actually blessed them. Of course, she's not going to show it online, but she was sharing this to try to encourage others to step up and help one another, which I'm telling you, the Bible says, give and it shall be given unto you, good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. So it's better to give than it is to receive. So I thought that was just such a wonderful thing. Oh, Lori's here. Hey, Lori, I'm so glad you're here. Let's see here. Okay, I worry about my fam. Yep, he does because Scott's been checking in on us and we are okay. And saying hi to everybody and asking how Rebecca's doing. Sorry, the nephew took me to spend time with. Oh, Troy, you have got to put family first. I totally am going to back you up, brother. Family comes first. And I'm sure you had a blast with your nephew. I'm so glad you took time to be with him. I'm feeling much better with the rest I took. Oh, good. I still have some problems with my arm, but I'm stopping it when it starts hurting and rest myself. Thanks for asking. Oh, Rebecca, that's good. Yes, keep getting better, girl. So I'm assuming you're not crocheting right now because of your arm, which I went through that period. I haven't crocheted a whole lot lately. I still have yarn and I probably should. I've been sewing, which you will see my ironing board here. Let me take down Rebecca's. There's my ironing board. I've been sewing because I'm starting to think about Christmas presents and homemade gifts and all the things. So I can't say what I'm going to make because I think my mother's going to slip in here and anyhow, you know how that goes. And yes, praying and welcome, just kind of making sure. See here. Troy making family memories. Please never apologize for that. Amen to that. God bless. They wanted to enjoy Uncle. Yes, I'm saying family always comes first, and that's exactly why I took last week off. I have decided that, when I started YouTube, it was always been like, my family comes first. So you always do, put your family first, because those are those precious memories you don't wanna miss. I love YouTube, I love my YouTube family. Please know that you guys are family too. But when it comes to those sweet little precious moments, those come first, because you'll always have those memories, and so will your loved ones too. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, Scott was asking, "What's wrong with your arm?" "I am just a slave driver for making things. I did some nerve damage in my left upper arm." Ooh, that's not good. I know that when I was having shoulder problems, like, I hadn't had the surgery yet, it was hard to crochet. I started, if you ever follow, I've mentioned her before, Alicia at Country Mama Musings. She has a series on her YouTube channel, and it's making quilt blocks. And so then you make all these little, like, granny squares, but they're different patterns, and then you put it all together. So I was doing that for a while, and I had a blast doing it. And I still have my squares, but I ended up stopping because when you put your arm in a certain position, like, I'm trying to, not this high up, but Rebecca knows what I'm talking about. You have to put your arm in a position to crochet and get it propped and supported. Otherwise it starts to hurt. Well, my bicep tendon um is what ended up getting repaired, and I didn't mess my bicep tendon up for that reason, but it didn't help to keep my arm in that position while I was crocheting. So I ended up having surgery, um, and I've been working on strength training again, and, yeah, I have to do a lot of modifications now with working out in the gym. In fact, I just made a modification just recently, but I haven't picked up crocheting, and I'm just wondering if I could do it again without pain. So, let's see here. Yep, I was on the way. And then not a far drive, nope. Oh, yeah, yes. This year, hi, Sir Grace, I know you're downstairs. Um, so this year has been a dinosaur theme with all the trick-or-treaters, or at least it was. When we went around our little town, I lost track with how many people were dressed up as dinosaurs or something along the dinosaur theme. And to include our little one, she was a dinosaur this year, her and her little sibling. But yeah, so we dinosaurs are a thing. And then my favorite costume was this blow up one. And it was like the person was riding on top of a chicken, which the chickens are related to the T-Rex. I'm just saying they are vicious little animals. And, you know, I would say that's just my own opinion, but I say chickens are related to the T-Rex. So keeping in the dinosaur theme. That was my favorite costume, I think. I would totally rock that if they had an adult version of it. Hello, my family. And Lori says, "Hello, Glenda." Lori, I'm so glad you're here. I appreciate you. Let's see here. No, I can't get rid of the gift. Ah, I don't know. There's Sir Grace. You're trying to get me to move out. We could all move in with Scott and Debbie, and we could take the party to them, just saying. We could take the party. Oh, there's my beautiful Aunt Lynn. What? You're not feeling good, Aunt Lynn? Oh my goodness. I am so, so sorry. I hope you feel better soon. I was wondering how you were today. I actually thought about you. Did you get to go over to the town that we like to go to with all the little festivities, or have you just been chilling out? Hope you feel better. And then it's been wet snow. Ooh, already? You've had snow? My goodness, it seems like that was fast. Have you taken your garden out, Scott? I've been wondering about that. I'm still working on mine. I got all the peppers pulled, and I got 5 tomato plants pulled. I still need to get out there because I have a rest of a row. I think Sir Grace and I have been talking about this with our garden. I think we're gonna downsize the in-ground garden through the fall, winter, and spring, kind of start working on it slowly. And then in the spring, go ahead and seed part of it back with grass. It's not actually our land, so I need to return it back to the grass. Um, but I think it's just almost too big for me to maintain. So we're going to go ahead and downsize. It's not that it sounds worse than what it is, but what I should add in is that I have raised garden beds, and I almost like the raised gardening better. Just as you're getting older, just easier on the body, and when you need to pull stuff out, it's not so much. So anyhow, but we're slowly starting to work on getting rid of it. Ah, there's Chibi Fennec. Hey, girly. Hey, hey. I'm glad you're here. I almost texted you and said, I'm live. I'm live. Don't call me now. I'm live. This is a family member. Hey, Chibi. I'm so glad you're here. Let's see here. And Christy Betts is here. Hey, Christy. I'm so glad you're here. Good afternoon. Let's see here. I went to my chiropractor on Monday and she adjusted my arm where it was back in the socket. Ooh, it's doing better. Just going to take time. Are you putting any kind of heat on it or like something similar to BioFreeze just to kind of help work that in? If you're not, that might be a good idea. At least heat might make it feel better. Yes. I hope you feel better. Yes, I do too. I hope Aunt Lynn feels so much better. The dinosaur costume would be fun. I'm telling you, that was the theme this year. We had like it was Jurassic Park in the park. All these dinosaurs everywhere. Everybody looked so cute. And then our mayor had a booth and she was passing out books, like nice books to each of the kids, like hardback books, and, they were Christmas themed, so kinda getting ready for Christmas. But, yeah, I just thought it was so cool that she was giving out books, our mayor. So, like, all the kids that came up got a book, and this lasted for 2 hours. So, yeah, I just thought that was so cool, and then our police force was out, and they had the, canine officers out, and the kids were I did kinda catch the police officers were letting the kids pet on one of the canine officers who this particular canine officer I know works in the school system too, and, so this particular dog is used to the kiddos. So I did notice that kids were petting on this canine officer, and I thought it was so stinking cute. So yeah. So no huge supper meetup at y'all's house, Glenda and Sir Grace. We're having leftovers. That's what we're gonna have, Lori. We're gonna have leftovers. I know that doesn't sound maybe as good, but we have a like a barbecue house, and last night Sir Grace and I stopped off on our way home, and I ordered um these dinners and I kept going, why is it so expensive? Because I'm thinking like I ordered the smaller version of it, just like a small little barbecue just for the two, each have their own. And I get home and I open up these dinners and I'm like, oh, there's like enough for leftovers for tomorrow night. So after we get done, I'm having barbecue chicken, potato salad, pasta salad, and some fried pickles. Mhm. That just sounds so good to me. So that's what we're having if you wanna come over. I wish it was something else, probably, we'll have to wait. It's saying hi to everybody, and then our garden went better than the raised beds. Really? I, will always put tomatoes in the ground. I won't grow them in raised beds. I've been trying now. I've had a garden. Well, I've been gardening since what, 2011. Chibi Fennec and Sir Grace, making sure I said that right, Chibi Fennec. Um, Both of them know will tell you I started with a tomato plant in a 5-gallon bucket. And if that's all you got and that's what you start with gardening, hey, no shame in that. That's actually how I started gardening. But since 2011, I have put tomatoes in raised beds. And I just don't like the I don't like the taste of the tomatoes that are grown in the raised beds. I prefer them if they get into the ground. We have red clay soil, and there's just something about it that makes the tomatoes taste better than the garden raised garden bed mix. So we will always have our tomatoes in the ground. I will find a way, even if I don't garden on my neighbor's property. I will dig out an area of land and put tomatoes in the ground. I think Sir Grace's puppy might be coming up here. Anyhow, so yep, there he is. Hi, baby. Hi, Sir Grace's puppy. You'll see the tail right there as he says hello. So anyhow, but I think, so we purchased two um, raised beds because the other one, um, the warranty was over. We had had it for probably 13 years or so, and it was starting to fall apart. So we went ahead and replaced it. And the way that I've got these two raised beds, I think next year I'm going to take some of the fencing and make an arch with the fencing and then grow cucumbers or squash or something up over it and just let it drape. I've always wanted to do that. So it is set up perfect. So we'll do some vertical gardening with it. But but yeah, my in-ground bed, the tomatoes did good, the zinnias did good, the basil, the mint went really well. Peppers were okay. I struggled with, I did not get any pumpkins or watermelons this year. This was yes, there were seeds in the ground. So it was not a very good year for that. But you know what? You learn something new every year, and every year it's always different. So I don't ever give up on gardening. Hey, brother, I found an awesome joke, but I can't find it. And then someone went live, which is nobody is moving. What if I want to move? I mean, I thought you had the invitation out, Scott. I have my passport, so Grace has his. Moving on up to the, oh, never mind. Ouch, that shoulder sounds painful. It does. Yes, big hugs to Aunt Lynn. Today is Bubba's birthday. And so if Bubba's watching, happy birthday, happy birthday. And I don't know why I kept thinking it was always on the second. It's not, it's on the first. So happy birthday, Bubba. I don't know if he's working or not, but if he's watching, happy birthday, happy birthday. Yeah, they were like full size books and like hardback too. It wasn't just like the paper books. It was actually like a real nice solid book. So yeah, I thought it was really cool. And she gave each of the kiddos a book. I thought it was so neat. What a great gift instead of candy. I just thought that was so cool. Debbie is just starting to feel better. I know. Thank goodness. She looked good. No, I meant he's trying to keep it calm, so no YouTube meetups. Oh, yeah. Let's see here. Canine dogs, search and rescue service dogs are pretty awesome. They are. And each of them has different tasks that they're trained to do. And to watch each of these dogs do their tasks is incredible. Many years ago, I used to be a PTO president for our elementary school, and we lived on a military installation. And one of the things that um, I loved is that whenever we had open house and we do like all of our fundraisers, like the spaghetti dinners and all that, um, we invited security forces, which in the Air Force, basically, that's a police officer. So we invited security forces to come to our base or to our school, and we roped off an area, and the military working dogs they did demos with them. So they would suit up with those big, the bite suits, and so someone would be out with their bite suit, and the canine officer and his dog would be standing, and then they'd speak in German and give the command, and he'd go and attack, or she'd go and attack the person in the suit, and all the kids, whoa, wow, whoa. It was so cool. So yeah, I really enjoy watching dogs do what they're trying to do. Of course, I have a special heart for our canine officers. My grandfather was the first canine officer in their little town in Michigan, and, I never got to meet her. I got to see pictures of her. She was around before I ever was thought of, but I loved it because if grandpa likes somebody, you got to hear all about his stories with his canine, and, he was so proud to be the first canine officer for his town, and they did, like, you can search it up, the little town, and you can see him with his canine officer or his canine, and, yeah, so we talked about it, and I remember him saying, he said he had to go learn German, and that's how he spoke to his dog, and he'd say whatever, and then that dog would go run down somebody who wasn't doing something right. So, yeah, that's just what it is. So I have a heart for them. Leftovers sound great. Yeah, I love some leftovers. You know what? That makes that so much easier too. See, I haven't had fried pickles in a long time, which is exactly why I ordered fried pickles. I'm hoping they're good today. I had some yesterday, so we'll find out if they're good. But I don't normally order appetizers when we eat out. And I looked at those fried pickles and I thought, oh, that sounds so good. And then they have like this campfire sauce that goes with it. Oh, so good. So good. I love it. So I'm hoping it's good tonight. I grow in raised beds. Hey, no shame in growing in raised beds. I actually love it, except for the way the tomatoes taste, and I actually prefer it in the ground. There's just something to do with our soil. Um, but I like the raised beds because you don't have to bend over and it's all like right up, like at a better height for you. Now, what I will say is that in my raised beds currently, I have cold crops going. I have things like lettuce, broccoli, kale, spinach, cabbage. I started them kind of late, so they're all about like that big. And I do have a frost cloth to cover it for the frost. But we haven't had a hard freeze yet. We've had light frost, but we've not had that hard freeze yet. So I'll keep it as long as it'll grow. And I love it when kale, I'm also growing kale. I love it when kale gets kissed by the frost. It makes it sweeter. I prefer kale in the fall and early winter months. So I'm hoping to get a bunch growing, because I'd like to also freeze dry it and turn it into a powder. I have this veggie powder blend that I like to make with having the freeze dryer. So hopefully I'll get some because it'll taste better. And then you sneak in, veggies and stuff. 5-gallon buckets and in ground is what we're doing. Hey, that's actually how I started, was a 5-gallon bucket. Now, I'm gonna say this, I didn't know that I needed to use the white food grade, bucket, so I went to Lowe's, and that's what I started with, was a Lowe's a 5-gallon bucket. I did upgrade it to the white ones, and then I went in ground, and then I added the raised beds. So there's just so many different ways of gardening, and some people just don't have, like, a lot of people, for example, don't realize that you can garden in an apartment building. And as long as your landlord says, you can have, 5-gallon buckets or, pots on your porch, you can absolutely garden. And one of the things that I enjoy is those green stalks, which are really nice for things like lettuce and spinach. And I know you can grow just about anything in them. I see people do it, but I'm not successful with some of the things that have other people can do. But they're also great for strawberries and whatnot. Um, there's all kinds of ways of gardening. Just do what's best for you. Don't let anybody put you down and say, "Oh, you're gardening wrong." I had a lot of people tell me that I was crazy for starting my tomatoes for my grow zone in the month of March. And at the beginning, they're like, "Oh, you're doing it too soon. You're going to put it in the ground too soon. You shouldn't do it then," and a lot of negative feedback. Well, it actually helps speed up the process to get them in the ground and get the harvest back. And so I just didn't listen to the naysayers. And since then, I say do what's best for you and try different ways because you've got to find your niche and you got to find what works best in your area. So, yeah, ain't no shame in those 5-gallon buckets because, girl, I that's how I started. I ain't gonna lie. And sometimes I think about going back to that 5-gallon bucket for things like potatoes, which it would be ideal because then you just kind of layer up. So, yeah, I think that's awesome. Oh, and then I can't forget the grow bags. Now, I'm not successful with grow bags. I will continue to keep trying in grow bags, but the Glenda issue is that I forget to water. And in my area, they dry out really fast. So I got to be better about that one. I think so too about the tomatoes doing better in the ground. Yeah, there's just something to do with you must have similar soil. There's something to do with the soil. Um, with, the taste of it, the texture of it. Yeah, yeah, and my fur nephew, yep, he was up here just a second ago. Oh, and you mentioned the grow bags. I do in-ground and have a few pots in grow bags. You must be successful at the, grow bags, Christy. What is do you have a tip for not letting them dry out, the grow bags? Because that's my issue, and then everything dies on me, and I just don't know what else to do, and other than I have to water. I've thought about putting, like, a lid or something underneath of it to kinda catch some of the water, but I don't want it getting bogged down, like, if it gets too like too much rain, I don't wanna bog it either. Some gotta be some way to do that. Yep, happy birthday to Bubba, so please pass that on. Pass that on. It would be moving on down. You're gonna move on down because the Jeffersons is moving on up. Look it up. The spare room is downstairs. Oh, well, I meant like geographically. Just saying. It's his birthday, but I'm too sick to make taco salad. Aunt Lynn, do you need me to come over and make his taco salad? I'll come make his taco salad. It's his birthday. I was supposed to make him taco salad, maybe tomorrow. Aunt Lynn makes the best taco salad. And if she's not feeling good to get up to make him taco salad, then that you really are not feeling good. I hope you get better. You need anything, you give me a holler, Aunt Lynn. I mean it. Yeah, it is so cool. It is. I told the sheriff deputies here they need some canine officers. I agree. I agree. I think every town, every city needs a canine officer. Their tasks or the things that they are trained to do is beneficial to the city. But I will also say it is extremely expensive. So there has to be a budget in to train those canine officers. I've heard anywhere from 25 to 50,000 to raise and train a canine officer. Service dogs are anywhere from 5,000 on up to like 30,000. Um, if you have a properly trained service dog, not one that you're doing your DIYing, you definitely, if you're going to go down the service dog route, you want to have them properly trained. But the canine officers I've heard from anywhere from 25 to 50,000 and on up, depending on what they're trained to do. Some of them are trained for drugs. Some of them are trained specifically for boom. I'm just trying to think if you know what I mean. That goes boom detection. Um, and some of them are trained to find people, a little bit of search and rescue or to search for the person, the perpetrator. You know what I mean? So depending on their tasks, it varies. And a lot of cities have to find ways of raising the funds for it. I want to say there is a nonprofit organization that donates the bullet vests for the dogs. It seems like our town, like somebody actually put our town in it for the canine officers here to have a bulletproof vest on the dog, so they could go out and do their tasks. There's a lot of really cool nonprofits out supporting these canine officers, as well as the military working dogs. Um, I have it's a dream of mine to be able to adopt a military working dog that has been retired out. There's a lot of problems with the dogs, and other than just, like, physical, some of them deploy, and so they come home with, PTSD, and, it is a dream of mine, I will say it like that, but, recently in the news, there has been a nonprofit that has stood up to cover the medical expenses of the retired military working dogs, the veteran dogs, and I think it's amazing, but it's been all in the news. My mom has sent it to me. Bless her heart, she thought it was for service dogs, and I said, "No, there's so many different types of dogs out there and the different trainings." I could see where she thought maybe, well, Sir Grace was in the military. The dog is trained to do stuff because of his military service. I'm like, yeah, a little different, but Sir Grace's puppy does have insurance. But either way, I still think it's cool. So there is all kinds of different things, you know what I mean? Like programs for these officer dogs. Let's see. Raised beds are for sure better on my back and knees. A little louder for those in the back, Miss Lori. A little louder for those in the back. Yes. And I find that as I'm getting older, I love my raised beds. I just wish I could get the same flavor of tomatoes. I mean, I guess I'd have to find somebody who is excavating and wants to get rid of the local soil and maybe get that put into a raised bed. I don't know. I don't know. It's one of those things. We use Home Depot, for buying raised beds. Is that what you're talking about? I'm just being nosy, or is it to buy the plants? I wanna make sure I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure which one you're using Home Depot for. I purchase things from Home Depot all the time. Um, and we also have Lowe's here as well, and we have Menards. Um, Now with Lowe's, I have recently, the season is coming to an end with all of the trees and the perennials and whatnot. And I'm every chance I can get to go to Lowe's and walk through the garden center, which I didn't do it today because I had my mom with me. Um, I go look into the clearance section of all the perennials for next year, and I've been getting those for like $2 and $3. I'm like, heck yeah. I like saving 20 plus dollars on a plant. Yes. And then, so I get them into the ground right now. I don't care what they look like. They'll come back next year and they'll be gorgeous. So I do believe in supporting the local Home Depot and the local Lowe's. I always, you should support local. So let's see here. I plant and Bob waters. Hey, that's a great tag team there, Lori. I think that's awesome. Speaking of the birthday boy, hey, cuz, happy birthday. That's Bubba. Hey, Bubba, happy birthday. I hope you're having a great, great birthday. I know mama is not feeling so good. So if you need me to come up and make your taco salad, I'll come make your taco salad. It's not going to be as good as your mama's, but I'll come make you some taco salad. Or you can wait till tomorrow and have your mom's taco salad. But I'll come make you taco salad. Let me just say, Bubba is a lot of fun to hang out with. We have a cousins trip planned. Me and Sir Grace and Bubba and Miss Kay, my sister. Uh, we are all gonna go do an IKEA and Jungle Gyms trip, and I'm super excited. I'm like, if you don't know what Jungle Gyms is, look it up. This is it. There are two locations in Cincinnati. It's a grocery store, but it's an international grocery store, like times a million. It's the biggest international grocery store I have ever stepped foot in. You must wear walking shoes. If you are in a scooter, bring your scooter. It is Absolutely. Like everything and anything you need internationally. Pick your country, name what you're looking for. They got it. I'm just saying, it is a crazy cool store. So I'm looking forward to that. For all the above. Oh, okay, okay, I meant for 5-gallon buckets, we just use the Home Depot ones to grow in. Hey, no shame in that. I used the Lowe's, or used the Lowe's when I first started. I am all for that 5-gallon bucket. Have you seen there's a wood pattern, like, I don't know if you're into woodworking or your husband is, but you can put your buckets, and it's kinda like a step, like, you step it up, so it's kinda like having a raised bed, but like a stair step, I guess, maybe think like a stair step, but it holds those 5-gallon buckets. So you make, like, these frames, and then you set it into the frame, your 5-gallon bucket into the frame, and then there's, like, a stair step that goes up, and then you set your 5-gallon buckets up here, and then, like, a stair step up, and then you set your 5-gallon bucket in there. It's really good for space saving, but also on your back. I don't know if you've seen that, but, if you haven't, look it up. And if your husband or you do woodworking, it's an easy project, you just need 2 by 4s is all it is. And you just screw them in, make the hole just big enough to set that 5-gallon bucket down in there where it's nice and tight, and then you just quite literally just set it down in there, and then it helps to drain out those 5-gallon buckets. It's really cool. It's really a cool design. I have 2 raised garden beds from Tractor Supply. Awesome. Awesome. Did you grow in those this year? Because I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Tell me, and how did it go? And you are so welcome. Happy birthday. Bubba is my cousin, but he's like a brother. If I we have had all kinds of fun growing up. We are it was my mom's girls, Aunt Lynn's boys, and we grew up like siblings. We did marching band together. We went to the amusement parks together. We'd go to state parks together. We had um we had like Christmas Eve together, Thanksgivings together, and that was a hoot. So I'm looking forward to our cousins rendezvous that's coming up. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna be in trouble too. Our moms are gonna be like, now you be on your best behavior. And I'm gonna go, excuse me. We having fun. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I know, I can't wait. So Grace and I, we were talking about this earlier, and we were both looking forward to this trip. It's gonna be so much fun. If there's cake, I can come also. There should be cake. Come on over, big brother. You come on over. We have cake. I've seen that stuff with pallets. Yes. Yeah, I know people use pallets too. Great use of recycling materials, and you can get pallets cheap or free for sure. For sure. Yes. Start Rollies and Blue Beauties from Oh, you okay. Blue Beauties. You ordered Baker Creek seeds. Oh. I need to make an order with Baker Creek. I only have a gazillion seeds. I wonder why there, Bubba. But there are some varieties I want to get from Baker Creek, so I need to make some orders. Yes, we fam. We fam. And speaking of fam, there's my uncle cameraman. You're a daughter from another mother. You're my uncle. I love this cameraman. This is Bubba's dad. Ah, Uncle Cameraman. I love the picture that you've got. Okay. Sart Rollies. What is that? Now you got me questioning. I'm gonna have to use the Google because I have no idea what you're talking about. Rolise. Okay. Oh, the tomatoes. Oh, yes, you gave me one. Okay, hang on. So I'm going to show everybody. That's from Baker Creek's website. That's what he's talking about. The Sart Rolis. It's a tomato. That has got to be one of the coolest tomatoes. And it had a really good um flavor to it. It's a good size, um like if they can get as big as in your hand too. They can be anywhere from small all the way up is what the pictures are looking like. Um, they are really cool. And that was a good one because he gave me one. They're good. Hey, Carlene, how are you? How are you? I wore your earrings the other day and I was thinking of you. I hope you're doing good. It is nice. It really is. I mean, that is an absolutely cool looking tomato. I'm just saying. That is such a cool tomato. I love really interesting things. Um, I like, let me pull it up. It's called Dr. Witchy's yellow tomato. And they're kind of like a yellow orange color, and they're really big, low acid. Let's see if I can find a better picture than this. Well, I guess that's probably the best one I can get. That's a Dr. Witchy's yellow. Let's see here. It's WYCHE apostrophe S. Dr. Witchy's is what it's called. And see, there it is. Dr. Oops, this way. Dr. Witchy's, which I thought they were saying like a witch, like, with the hat, you know? No. Let's see here. Tastes like pineapple. Yes, it does. It's a really cool tomato. I love palette projects too. There's so many things you can make with palettes. You can take a palette and put garden fabric on the bottom side of it, and you can make a raised bed with them too. You can grow and just leave it all together, and then grow your like it's great for lettuces or cabbage or anything, but you can if you line the bottom of it, like staple it with the garden fabric so it keeps the raised bed mix in, you can make a raised bed with pallets too. Very, very, very cool. Now, I think we still have one of our pallets, so I like to use pallets for drying onions on, and, I'll put them in a shady area out back, and then just let them dry out outside before I, store them in the storage shed to let them cure, and then I bring them in. I grow garlic too, and so with my garlic, I don't use pallets to dry them on. I actually have, like it's a pop-up drying thing that you hang from the ceiling, and it's made of fabric. So I will literally just take all my garlic and line it up and let it completely dry out. And then, yeah, I'll wait several months and let those completely dry, like they'll shrivel up, and then I'll harvest the rest of it, cut the ends off and clean them up and then store them. I am on my 8th garlic season right now, that just went into the ground since I bought the original, garlic. I have not bought starter garlic in 8 years. So, or 8 seasons, I should say. So anyhow, yeah, and I love it because we freeze dry our garlic. I have a whole big box right now that I need to process, and I we will just kind of, slowly work through it and throw the garlic cloves in the freezer until we get it all the way done, and then we will run it through the freeze dryer, and it's not so bad. It's not like doing a dehydrator where the smell gets totally in the house. I'm not gonna say it you don't smell garlic, but it's not as strong as if you use a dehydrator in the house. So it's not quite as bad. But let me just say freeze-dried garlic is the best garlic powder you will ever have. Ever have. I have tried store-bought since, and I don't like it. It has kind of a burnt taste to it. So, I love freeze-dried garlic. The beautiful Miss Ann Dale is here. I forgot to go to the post office to see if that package was here, the one that you said was in the mail. It was for Sir Grace, but I might be stealing it. I am so looking forward. I mentioned this last night. I'm gonna mention again. She makes arnica oil, and it's really good if you have arthritis. It's a flower, and you can make salves or you can make oils, and it's really good for joint pain. And my hands, I have a little bit of arthritis in it, and looking forward to putting a little bit on, and a little goes a long way. I know it's a little thing, but I'm sure I'll have it for a long time. But I am so looking forward to that. And then Miss Ann makes uh the magnesium cream that I always put here. Let me pull my hair back. So I always put it right back in here on both sides of my neck when I'm about to have a migraine, and it calms that down. It is good stuff. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I got told, and it's in my purse now. I got told that I have to carry that magnesium cream at all times in my purse by Sir Grace yesterday. No joke, because I didn't have it. But I was thinking, well, I'm going on, to do float, and that's magnesium, and it should be okay. And it was. I mean, the tank has about 1,500 pounds of Epsom salt in it. So I got my magnesium dose soaked in through my body that way. But I need Miss Anne's when I'm not doing float because I only do float every so often. Um, and if you've never done float before, I'm gonna address the weird. Um, some people have weird experiences in there. Just saying. I only do it for relaxation. I can feel like when my joints need it. I can feel when there's stress in the physical part of the body, not mentally. I'm talking like that physical stress. Um, and float for me, I can get into the tank and you do not sink. It's called float for a reason because there's so much Epsom salts. Um, but you can get into the tank and quite literally fall asleep, which is what I end up doing. Or I'll just sit there and I'll pray. It's just a good time to be by myself. Um, so yeah, I love floating. It's just so nice and it's good for the body. But that magnesium lotion that Miss Ann makes, oh yeah, the best. In a lot of pain right now. Oh, no. When we came home from the grocery store yesterday, our neighbor was coming out with her oh, 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 no. He was excited to see me and knocked me down. Do I wanna read the rest? Oh, boy. Knocked me down the steps, cracked a rib, and bruised. Oh. Oh. Carlene. Oh, that's gotta be painful, girl. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Um, you need to take it easy. Take it easy, girl. Oh, I hope you feel better. Oh, that's just will be okay as long as I don't breathe, cough, or sneeze or laugh. Okay, so I'm not gonna laugh. We're not gonna say any funny things. Sir Grace has broken a couple of ribs in the past. You need some of Miss Anne's magnesium cream, and I bet that arnica would be good too. Um, Oh, that is no fun. Sir Grace, I don't know if you're hearing all that. He's cracked his ribs a couple of times as recently as a few months ago. And that is no joke, no fun. Oh, girl, yeah, take it easy. Give yourself grace, let it heal. No big deep breaths. No big deep breaths, but give yourself grace and take it easy. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, girl. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see here and love. You know I love you, girl. And that magnesium is seriously the best stuff for migraines. Miss Carlene might even. Well, when you start to kind of like be on the mends, Miss Carlene, you might enjoy float too. That would help those joints as well. That magnesium, getting that into the body, kind of help relaxing those muscles. And oh, girl, I'm still just stuck on Carlene because I just can't imagine. That has got to be so painful. I know Sir Grace has done it twice, and yeah, That is no fun. The most recent one that he did, he was working on the chicken run and he reached across, he was on leaned across on like on the 2x4 and he I don't remember if he said that he knew the moment when he cracked a rib or if he just had pain. I can't remember what he said. But um I didn't know that this had transpired. And he ended up within about a week or so, had surgery on another area, didn't bother telling nobody. And then the next day, had a medical emergency where he had to be admitted to the hospital. So it was like surgery, a broken rib, and then a week, and then surgery, and then like the next day admitted to the hospital for a week for something completely different. None of this is related, all completely separate. And while he was admitted, that's when he admitted what he had done and asked for an x-ray because he was hurting. And I thought, you went through surgery with a cracked rib. That's not good. That's not good. I had no idea he had done that. So now we have open communication now because I can help him a little bit better. And if you communicate with me when you're in pain, yeah, it's no fun. Oh my gosh, the chat kept going and I thought it stopped. Okay. Oh, you are so welcome. They do make a difference. Okay. And then back to it's like the Dead Sea. You will not sink. There is no way to sink. Now, there are pillows that you can put under your um yeah, I see that comment, sir, guys. I didn't know you cracked it that day. Found out when you were admitted. That's when I found out. But anyhow, the float tank is like the Dead Sea. That's the best way to put it. It is there's no way you can sink. I mean, you can feel how flamboyant your body is in that, in the tank. There's just no way. I mean, you can sit on the ground, but you have to like put all your weight down. Um, but it's super relaxing. And then I like our place because they play music. And so sometimes I just like listening to the spa music. Yeah. Ouch. Ouch. Yes, I hope she does feel better. Yes. I have Avixia salve. Oh, okay. Good. Good, good, good. Good, good. And then thanks everyone. I'll be fine. Well, girl, we're gonna keep you in prayers. And I see Miss Ann. Yes, castor oil. Yes, I knew there was something else. A good castor oil, cold pressed, hexane free. I've never heard that before. That I've learned something new. I'm gonna write that down. What is can you enlighten me, Miss Ann, on what that is? Because I don't know what that is. Hexane free? Okay. I'm literally gonna write that down because I want to know what that is. I was thinking I get the one that's the dark castor oil off of Amazon. So hopefully now I'm gonna go back and check to see what that is because I don't know what that is. What is hexane? I have no idea. Anyhow, you guys, Jesse and Lisa are going to go live tonight. And I want to make sure I give everybody time to go to the bathroom, grab a snack or your dinner, or in my case, reheat dinner because we're going to have leftovers because I got some barbecue from last night. Woo! So, anyhow, thank you so much for joining me. I'll be live again next week. Be kind to one another. You don't know what somebody's going through. And if you know somebody who got caught up with everything that's going on in our country and they're not actively getting paid, maybe think about making a blessing box. Just my thought. A little blessing, being kind goes a long way. Anyhow, can't wait to see y'all next week. Have a good night.